Can 10-0 Vanderbilt move to 11-0 tonight at Memphis?
This is Locked On Bets, the daily betting show that means business from the Locked On Podcast Network. Hosted by Lee Sterling and Kevin Rogers, they're dropping fearless picks with an inside edge to put money in your pocket. If there's action, they've got the lock. This is where smart bets start. It's Locked On Bets.
Welcome to the Wednesday edition, part 2 of Locked On Bets. Kevin Rogers and Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports. And as always, we appreciate you making Locked On Bets your first listen of the day here on the Locked On Podcast Network, or in this case, your second listen here on the #1 sports podcast network. If you missed the first edition today, we had 3 other plays: NBA, Cavaliers, Bulls, college basketball, Creighton and Xavier. Also, the first bowl game, the Cure Bowl, USF and Old Dominion. In this episode, we have 3 more best bets, including the second bowl game, the 68 Ventures Bowl in Mobile between Louisiana and Delaware. Also, we have an NHL first period play. And we'll begin, as Lee mentioned, college basketball, Vanderbilt and Memphis, as the Commodores on fire, looking to stay unbeaten against Penny Hardaway's Tigers.
Oh, boy. Last one out, turn off the lights. This one's a blowout.
So Vanderbilt, a while ago, we know they weren't good in football. They got better in football. They weren't great in basketball. They've gotten better in basketball. So Vanderbilt, a big sports school now in the SEC, and Memphis, who was one of the top teams, the American under Penny Hardaway, they've fallen on hard times, just 4-5, and the Commodores nearly a double-digit road favorite tonight at FedEx Forum. So Lee, what do you like here with Vanderbilt and Memphis?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Memphis, but I mean, they were good. I mean, the last 5-6 years, but they have really fallen on some hard times. In fact, outside of their strong win versus Baylor, they've lost 4 games to teams not even in the top 60. So, they probably were paying players under the table before NIL. Maybe they haven't figured out how to do it, or not getting the cash infusion, from their followers. So, but they need to pick it up here. Maybe it's just a 1-year thing, but I'm going to take advantage of it. Normally when we talk about Vanderbilt and offense, you're thinking about Diego Pavia and the football team. Not the case this year. Basketball, number 4 in offense is this 10-0 Vanderbilt team. They're ranked 13th in the country. Head coach Mike Byington here, brilliant mind. I think he really understands how to win games here. They're 47th in tempo, 63% from inside the arc. What that means is they're not dependent on having a lot of three-pointers go in. So when you hit a lot and a high percentage inside the arc, less chance for a really bad game. They still shoot 37 from three-point land, and also top 20 in least amount of turnovers. You don't turn the ball over. You're also going to be in a lot of games, and you can blow out a lot of teams here. All 3 guys also, they handle the ball. All 3 guys that play point guard, haven't seen this in a long time, all average at least 2 steals per game here. We're going to go with a blowout special. Love Vanderbilt here tonight. Big at Memphis. I think they win by double digits.
And also, too, when you look at even the KenPom numbers, Memphis currently 75th in the country. Teams in the top 75 that Vandy play, they beat UCF by double digits, beat VCU by 15, St. Mary's by 25, and SMU by 19. So they have beaten these teams pretty much in the submission. So Vandy, we'll see what they do in SEC play, but at least so far they've looked pretty good, and Memphis is still trying to figure things out after this slow start in non-conference play. And we still have a couple more big games to get to, Lee. So let's go next to our NHL Hidden Gem.
To find a diamond in the rough, you need to dig a little deeper for those hidden gems.
So a couple teams, Lee, on a back-to-back tonight. Utah's in Detroit to take on the Red Wings, the Mammoth. They lost last night to the Bruins. Jack Bond had the Bruins yesterday on the show, so Utah lost that game. The Red Wings rally past the Islanders. Now Utah heads to the Motor City tonight to take on the Red Wings, and we're going to go with the first period play here and take the Utah Mammoth. Now, a couple numbers. Number 1, for Detroit, This year in the first period, they have led 7 times in 34 games. That's not very good. Also, they're 2-8-7 at home in the first period. So 17 games at Little Caesars Arena, they've led twice through 20 minutes. And also, with no rest for Detroit, 4 of 5 games, they haven't scored a goal in the first period, and they never led in the first period in the 5 games playing with no rest. So Utah, they've struggled of late. They got up to a really good start this season, kind of tailor off a little bit, but also they have their starting goalie in tonight, Karel Vejmelka. He's going to play. He did not play last night in the loss to Boston. It was Vitek Vanacek who was in. So we're going to go with the Utah Mammoth, formerly the Utah Hockey Club, formerly the Arizona Coyotes. We're going to take them tonight in the first period against the Red Wings as our NHL Hidden Gem.
I love it. I think this is a great spot here for them also. So I don't think they're as bad as they've shown the last couple games, and I expect them to bounce back. What were they before they were the Arizona Coyotes? Weren't they something else also?
They were the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Winnipeg moved to Phoenix, became the Phoenix Coyotes, and the Arizona Coyotes, and then they moved to Utah, and the Atlanta Thrashers moved to Winnipeg to become the Jets. So the rebirth of the Jets.
got all my ducks in order, finally.
All the connections and all the movement. But they have had a nice reception there in Utah. They definitely have. I mean, if you remember Arizona at the end, I think the last 2 seasons, they played at Arizona State. They didn't even play in Phoenix anymore. They played at Arizona State's Mullet Arena there. And it's not exactly it's a gym more so than an arena.
I'm going to be going out there. I have a place out in Utah in Park City, so I'm going to check out a game in early April. So when out there, I'll tell you how it is.
Yeah, and they play in the same arena as the Jazz, so at Delta Center. So I was going to say the Salt Palace for a second. That was the old arena for the Jazz years ago. I'm really dating myself. That's the Mark Eaton days of the Jazz.
Yeah.
But anyway, should be a good one tonight. And also, I like backing teams, too, that were just off poor performances the night before. They'll play better, I think, coming into tonight. And we have college football still to get to with the bowl between Louisiana and Delaware. So a quick thought here, Lee, before we get to the college football bowl. And also, too, just by the way, if you missed the other Locked On Bets episode from earlier today, we have a play on the Cure Bowl between USF and Old Dominion. So we'll have the second game here coming up in just a little bit. But they kind of changed the schedule around here with the college football playoff. Now, they had a kind of dedicated day to that. And also Friday is Alabama, Oklahoma. But what do you think about not having the 5 college football bowls to kick it off on that Saturday, then going into the week? We just had the one game on Saturday. Now we're getting the games every night. What do you think about that new schedule?
I like it. I mean, the bowl games are not very good on a Saturday to kick off the bowl season. Maybe one is decent. So, yeah, I like it. Gives us some action during the week. I'm not going to play every game, but find the right spot. We'll play it. And we've got some games. And like I said, I'm releasing some. I released one earlier. It's an early game, 5 p.m. start. So go back and listen to that episode. And 5 p.m. Eastern starts. We put that out early and have this later game coming up in a few minutes. Louisiana Lafayette, the Ragin Cajuns, and the Delaware Blue Hens, 2 of the better nicknames in college football.
Both teams at 6-6, looking for winning records. So we're going to have that pick coming up.
Really excited about it. Should be great.
Yeah. It should be a fun game coming up tonight in Mobile, as we will have that coming up right here on Locked On Bets. Let's talk now about FanDuel, and that's right. NFL Sundays move fast, one big play, and suddenly everything feels different. That's what makes live betting with FanDuel so exciting. You're not just watching the game, you're reacting to it in real time. With FanDuel, you can place bets as the action unfolds, every drive, every momentum swing, every highlight moment. And what's cool about live betting is you could jump in anytime you want in the game. You don't have to feel like you're rushed, and if you don't like the pregame line, then you have to settle for that. No, you can wait until the game kicks off, and you could jump in if there's a side you like, maybe wait for that team to trail and then back them and get some more points with them, or the opposite, where you have a favorite and maybe they're too heavy of a favorite and you want to wait until that line drops, see if the other team takes the lead, and then jump in there. That's the cool thing about live betting, is that the numbers change every minute. And not only for teams, but also for players, for player props. You have Rams Seahawks Thursday, big game in Seattle. You want to go on Matthew Stafford or maybe Sam Darnold, check out their props in game. You could do that. And so many choices. Puka Nacua, JSN with their receiving props. So all the choices are out there for you at FanDuel with the live betting. It's a really cool thing. If you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel.com and place your NFL live bets all season long. FanDuel, the game moves fast, and so can you. We continue Locked On Bets here on a Wednesday, our second edition of the show. We appreciate you joining us for either both or just the first one. That's fine, too. Want to remind you as well that Lee is going for a fourth straight win in his shorts. You could find them on our YouTube channel, Locked On Bets. He's already hit the first three, had Devon Achane. I always mess up his name. Devon Achane. I always feel like I've heard it 5 different times, so I never know how to say it. Devon Achane, under rushing attempts in the Dolphins' loss to the Steelers on Monday. He hit on that. So now he's got another play. It's a big one for the NFL, big one in the NFC North Saturday. The Packers and the Bears as they meet at Soldier Field in Chicago. He'll have a short on that. Check it out on our YouTube channel a little bit later on today. All right, now it is time for our lock of the day, the 68 Ventures Bowl. When you think of big bowls, Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Orange Bowl, 68 Ventures Bowl should be in that conversation. I don't know why it's not, but it's Louisiana and Delaware for our lock of the day.
Open it, open it, open it. Lee has the key to the lock of the day.
It's actually a big game for both these teams because Delaware, their first season on the FBS level, they want to finish with a victory and a winning record. And Louisiana, who had a bit of a down year after winning 10 games last year, they won 4 straight. So they want to try to end on a high note too. So the Ragin Cajuns, the Blue Hens, doing business at Mobile, Louisiana short favorite. Lee, what do you like?
So usually I've heard of the sponsor. Haven't heard of 68 Ventures. I have no idea what it is. So I know it's formerly the Mobile Bowl. Louisiana Lafayette, 29th in the country in rushing. They were kind of a dual threat team, but then they had some injuries and made some changes. Eventually, the third string quarterback, love this name, Lunch Winfield, took over. More of a running quarterback. Passing has improved a little bit, but only 124th out of 136 teams in passing. Delaware, exact opposite. 6th in passing in the country, 118th in rushing. Where I think the biggest difference here is defense. The Blue Hens defense giving up 83 points in the last 2 games, 31 to UTEP. And UTEP's offense is horrific. They benched their 5-star quarterback. They were terrible the entire season. They gave up 52 to Wake Forest. They even gave up 26 to Sam Houston State, who has no offense, 59 to Liberty, and Liberty's not good this year, and 38 to Jacksonville State, and to start the season, 41 to Connecticut. So the one consistent thing we've seen is when they play an average to good offense or good team, they can't stop anyone here. So Cajuns have lost their last 3 bowls, so I think they'll be motivated to win this game here, even though they had to win every single game down the stretch to get here. Game is, like I said, closer to the Ragin Cajuns, who are from Lafayette, Louisiana. Just drive down to Mobile, Alabama. They actually have a nice following here. I'm going to lay the 2.5. I have Louisiana Lafayette winning this game 35-25. It's going to be a level 2 lock for the Ragin Cajuns.
68 Ventures is an investment company, just so you know, so everyone knows. And I don't know how anybody didn't know that, but now you know. So we'll see the 68 Ventures Bowl tonight between Louisiana and Delaware, the second game behind USF and Old Dominion, which is the first game. And if you missed that pick, you can find that on our YouTube channel, Locked On Bets. And Lee, what's going on with Paramount Sports now with the 4 big college football playoff games coming up this weekend to kick that off, and also NFL with 3 weeks to go?
Well, it looks like we'll have selections for our clients on 3 of the 4. So you want to get involved? We're on a run now. We've won 12 last 15 weeks in NFL and college football over the weekend. So now's the time. Use coupon code SAVE100. Get every single game through the end of the month, through December 31st, 15 days, just $297. Put it in the coupon code SAVE100 when you check out. Also, if you're involved with and want to get involved with hockey or basketball, had the special yesterday, had quite a few calls and emails saying some people need to get their finances in order. Can I give them one more day? Yep. You can't get it online, but if you call me at 800-400-9741, give you the selections through the end of the season. That's June 2026, the finals in the NHL Stanley Cup or the NBA finals, college basketball and NBA, and in the hockey, both sports individually, $649 or both for $1,000. The only way to get that special is call 800-400-9741.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Locked On Bets. You could find all of our picks there, as well as the podcast version, as well. Spotify, Apple, you could find them all there. For Lee Sterling, I am Kevin Rogers. Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Locked On Bets right here on the Locked On Podcast Network.